Previously on Survivor LU, the first semester-long season of Survivor at Liberty University started with temptation.
You can either choose to take that advantage or not. If you take the advantage, you have a leg up on your competition. If you do decide to take that advantage, you in turn curse your tribe.
Ben and David both gave into this temptation and received clues to a hidden immunity idol. That decision left Gihon out to dry as they were cursed with a time penalty in the first challenge. This resulted in a Tigris win and bonded the tribe together. The Gihon tribe immediately fractured.
We have 2 snakes on our team.
I am beyond frustrated.
We need to watch Alexa, we need to watch the blue.
Through the chaos of week 1, David left too many people on red.
And he didn't text me, he didn't communicate anything to me.
And found his torch snuffed. 15 are left. Who will be voted out next?
As far as tribal council, I'm super confused as to why Addie Grace's name was even written down, because I don't think anyone talked about her this week. I think it was really between, from what I could tell all week, Ben was going home, and then at the last minute everyone told me about David, so her name had never crossed anyone's mouth from what I had understood.
We still have snakes on our team, and I'm guessing that it is the same people that took the knowledge card that screwed us over screwed me over during tribal, okay? Because off the charts, I've been talking to like 5 people about this alliance that we've been forming, and we were all in agreement that we are voting off David. Even the people that weren't in the alliance were in agreement that we were all voting off David, except for David, who was going to vote off Ben. Okay? Well, come tribal, someone wrote down Addie Grace. That's me. Someone wrote down my name. And I was like, who would do that? Okay? Basically, I looked, when I saw it, I remember how the word was written. Okay? First of all, they misspelled my name. So, ADDY isn't a person, it's ADDIE, but doesn't matter. It was messy-ish and just I remember the handwriting. Alright, well, little does this person know that we have mutual friends, and basically, Nate is in my alliance, and he was hardcore for our alliance, hardcore on voting off David. He basically came up with a plan to vote off David, was 100% loyal to me and Megan. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Nate's handwriting that put my name on that card. So I'm positive it was Nate's handwriting. So that really sucks there, because now that makes my spot more detrimental. I'm in hot water now. You chose the wrong girl to mess with, Nate.
In terms of who I trust and who I don't trust, I really only trust Addie Grace. I did really trust David, so voting him off was super. I did not want to do that, but I didn't want to go against everyone quite yet.
Alright guys, come on in. Tigris getting your first look at the new Gihon tribe. David voted out as the last tribal council.
Alright, Tigris, can I have it back?
Immunity back up for grabs. All right, on my go, 2 members from each tribe will begin to row another member of their tribe, who is the ball collector, from one side of the lake to the other. Once they reach the other side of the lake, they will dock their canoes and the ball collector will run over to the first swimmer and tag them in. This swimmer will then swim out to the first dock, pick up their first ball, and then jump back in the water to swim to the second dock. Once at the second dock, they will then climb up onto the dock and pick up their second ball. They will then swim back to shore to tag in their second swimmer. The second swimmer will do the same, and then once they reach the shore, they will hand off the balls to the ball collector. The ball collector will then run the balls over to the tossers. The tossers will take all the balls and try to land 1 ball in each of 3 tribe buckets. First tribe to land a ball in each of their buckets wins immunity and is safe from tribal council. Loser, a trip to tribal council where they will vote out the second player of Survivor LU Genesis.
Let's go! Yeah.
All right, Tigris, who are you gonna sit out? Megan L. All right, sitting out this challenge.
For the Gihon tribe, rowing, Ben and Megan. For the Tigris tribe, rowing, MJ and Ellie. Ball collector for Gihon, Alexa. For Tigris, Nicole. Swimming for the Gihon tribe, Liz and Luke. For the Tigris tribe, Garrett and Sam. Throwing for the Gihon tribe, Nathan and Addie Grace. Throwing for the Tigris tribe, Dawson and Nate.
Survivors ready? Go!
Tigris seem to have an early lead in this. They're going straight towards the dock. Gihon seems to be having a little trouble getting going straight. Gihon going off to the left. No one can make a straight line here.
Okay, you gotta go this way, you gotta go the other way, you gotta go.
Pedal left, pedal left, pedal left.
Go left.
Oh, sorry.
Gihon falling behind early. Tigris working together incredibly. Tigris coming in. Nicole already on the land. She's making her way up. Nicole going up towards the gravel path. Gihon struggling, but Alexa making up time. Nicole running to go tag Sam in as the first swimmer. Sam already with a big lead. Sam already out to the first dock. Alexa heading over to Liz. Sam has the first ball for Tigris. Swimming over to the next dock. Liz trying to make up some ground. Sam pulling himself on the second dock. They have a good sizable lead. Liz standing still in the water. It looks like she's lost her ball. Sam now tags in Garrett. Garrett already on the second lap. Gihon falling behind quickly. Garrett out to the first dock, making quick work of that. And Liz getting the second ball.
Come on.
Liz has to pick it up. Garrett at the second dock. Luke taking off. Luke has a lot of ground to make up. Garrett running out. Nicole ready to collect that ball and take it over to her tossers. Luke gets his first ball. He's heading towards the second dock. Nicole running over quickly. Tigris tossing. They could win it right here. Luke just now getting to that second dock. And Tigris wins immunity.
easier to come get it. In a row, Gihon. Again, a loss and another trip to tribal council. We'll see you guys next time.
It's just so frustrating because, yeah, obviously they've won 2 times off the tribal council 2 weeks in a row, and they're probably going to be fine if this keeps happening to the merge, but like, just rubbing in our faces and being super annoyed about that. I'm not going to forget about that. I know they're not going to forget about it. So if we make it really far with them and we have a chance to get them out, they're gone.
So we had our competition and we won, which I'm so excited because another week not going to tribal council is all I need right now.
I feel like our tribe's already in a position to win. Like, yeah, I do want somewhat of an individual advantage, but right now I really don't feel the need. Like, I don't feel like I'm under any pressure to, like I'm gonna get kicked off anytime soon or anything like that. Like, I just feel like we're just gonna ride this wave out and we'll see how it is. Like, I just feel like the team's very strong, and I feel like everyone, at least from what I understand, either wants to build an alliance with me or wants to figure out something with me just because they know that I feel pretty strong and confident about this game, and I think I could go all the way.
We won again, so praise the Lord. Just as a team, we're more unified currently, but I think that's about to change.
Okay, let's talk about week 2. First of all, I am pissed. I don't know how to describe week 2 other than like think of like the biggest disappointment. Like, okay, like your family forgets your birthday, so you're like, oh man, that sucks. But then you go to school, that's your first loss. Then you go to school, your friends forget your birthday, second loss, a little harder to deal with. Okay, let's just hypothetically, week 3, your therapist forgets your birthday.
Yeah, it's a little disappointed I dropped the ball when I jumped in, but I mean, I hope I don't get too much blame put on me, but it's still frustrating that I dropped it.
Not good at all. It's definitely not what we wanted. We really wanted to win. Create some split vibes over there because we are still trying to figure out things, and now we got to do it again. It felt horrible doing what we had to do with David, so now knowing we have to do it again really sucks.
So obviously we lost the challenge, and that sucks. But what sucks even more is that while we were canoeing, Ben accidentally hit me in the head with the canoe paddle.
There we go. Catch him.
Oh, sorry.
And in the moment, I was like laughing at it. It hurt really bad, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, I was laughing it off. I got up to the shore after we lost, and Megan was like, dude, your pupils are huge. And I was like, yeah, my vision's a little blurry, but like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I was laughing at it. Then I get back to my dorm, and I'm like super nauseous and super dizzy, and my friends were like, you are not okay. So because I've had concussions before, I have to be really careful about it. So we ended up at the ER. We were there until 5:30 in the morning, and the doctors pulled me from school for the week.
I was an idiot and accidentally smacked Alexa with an oar, so I felt absolutely terrible about that and gave her a mild concussion, which really sucks, and I felt like the worst person ever. And on top of that, that may make her more inclined to try to like vote me out this upcoming tribal, which honestly scares the heck out of me. Like, I did my best to like make up to her as best I can and offer to like go to Walmart or anything, or like sit in on some of like her classes and record lectures if she wasn't able to like go or something like that. And like, she seems, at least from what she's told me, to be very gracious and forgiving about it. But again, like, that's something that's like gnawing at the back of my mind that like terrifies me, the thought of her partially because of that banding together with other people to try to vote me out.
So I don't know. My brain is fuzzy on all of it. I don't know who I want to vote out. I don't know who I want to like get out of the game. But I'm tempted to vote Ben out because he cannot for the life we have consistently had a hard time with him in challenges following instructions. The first challenge, he was not going where we were telling him to go when we were running for the dominoes, even though we specifically knew where they were. And this time, Megan and I consistently had to tell him, like, you can't do this. You have to keep the paddle. You have to keep the boat on the shore. You have to keep the boat on the shore. Hang on to the boat. And he was just, like, not listening and not communicating well, which really does put a damper on our ability to win.
Every time Sam talks about the other tribe, he brings up Luke Binkley and how much he wants to vote him out.
Garrett, Megan, and I all talked, and from the way he was acting and talking about it, we're like 95% certain that Luke took the advantage.
Literally, he just goes for it. He's like, I see Luke Binkley. He keeps bringing up Luke Binkley. He's like, as soon as I defeat him, I'm the champion. It's basically what he believes.
He's like, when we get to the merge, we're gonna all vote together and get rid of Luke, and then we'll.
So what do you?
I think that Luke Binkley might have taken it. He seemed to be the most confident on the other tribe.
Yeah, and he's already talking about like how, as a tribe, we can get rid of like that one guy on the other tribe, Luke, I think his name is. Like he's already been
out
like,
to get that
he's
guy.
like,
I'm 95% sure he took that advantage at the first challenge because he's talked about it, and he immediately has said, I didn't take it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Bro, you're not even on the same tribe. You don't have the opportunity right now. Like,
if he's at the merge and I'm at the merge, he is my number one target, hands down. I am never going to work with Luke Binkley. I'll make it seem like I do if he wants to work together. But I will never let him get to the end.
like he sees himself as the best one on our tribe, and he sees the biggest threat on the other one, and so he thinks that once he votes off the big macho guy on the other tribe, that all's gonna be well and he's gonna win the game. But no, Sam, you're playing too hard. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nathan and Luke had a very long conversation about 2 days ago, I think. And yeah, we seem really tight and willing to like work with each other and whatnot. I think we're gonna go far in this game. The 5 of me, Luke, Nathan, Liz, and Alexa. So that's 5 people right there, and we have enough even to just split votes if in the event that Megan or Addie Grace pulls out an idol.
I, for the first time, have had like talks with people, I guess you could say, or people have mentioned to me just like talking about alliances.
I think I'm going to be meeting with MJ. Of all the girls to have an alliance with, she's probably the number one that I would want to. I can just tell she's loyal. She's not going to go stab me in the back. You know, I can just tell that from her personality.
Kind of like fell into my lap of just like, we both were kind of like really competitive today, and then we kind of talked, and it just kind of like lined up for us to want to build an alliance.
So today I had met with Luke for the first time to talk strategy and like kind of get to know each other. It went really well. Definitely trust him a lot more than I did prior to today.
I just had a pretty productive talk with Megan, I'd say. We actually talked for about 2 hours. And it wasn't even Survivor, it was really just talking about just like life or whatever, and which was good. We had some good small talk. I actually really liked Megan. My perception of her changed a lot after talking with her, because I was convinced that she was like the enemy on the show, or in our tribe that we had to get rid of, but she was really cool, and I had a good time talking with her.
It was last week. It was Liz and only Liz who texted me. Okay. It was like, we're voting David.
Okay.
Basically, like if you don't vote David, then you're obviously on the.
Yeah. So there's kind of like they weren't telling you that you
yeah,
guys are
like
going to vote.
Everybody's voting David, and if you vote against him, then you're like the odd man out. Yeah, then you're the odd. It's funny. We both joked about thinking that each other took the knowledge. I still kind of think he took it, but I trust him a lot more than I did prior to today. So when he tells me he didn't take it, I believe it more than I would have if he had told me that last week. But yeah, definitely looking forward to working with Luke in the future.
But me and MJ met the other day with Sam, because Sam, MJ, and I had talked, and we were in an alliance, and we are like, hey, we're trusting each other, we're together in this, like, you know, we're good to go.
And after a lot of talking, us three decided that we're gonna vote out Nicole.
Last night, right after we watched, I went out to that spot.
Which spot?
To the Tower of Divinity, just to look around.
Okay.
I walk by, and then Garrett and Nicole are walking this way, hiding. I was like, hey guys, and he's like, you looking for the idol, huh? I was like, yeah, I mean, like, come look with me? And he was like, yeah, sure. And they treated me like they had caught me red-handed.
Really?
They treated it like I thought we were all going out and we're looking at it.
Which, I mean, I know how it looks when you're playing Survivor, but like, everyone wants this idol. I was just out there investigating it. And so now I'm concerned that they're gonna think I have it. Which I don't. I don't have it. I wish I did. But ultimately Nicole's a liability because she and Garrett could potentially be close.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Now you feel like
I'm
you
so
look like
worried.
a bad guy.
I'm so worried. And now, I texted Nicole later that night, but she said she would want to work with me, and I said, you've got an ally. But, I mean, like, now...
Straight up
I feel so... She got a like, when I got the text of her, she was like, yes, I do want to work with you. I'm so excited that you said that. I was like, oh, I don't want to throw you out.
You can't be too kind in this game.
Not the weakest, I don't know a word for it. I don't know. I feel like we'd be able to continue going without Nicole. I don't want to say that, but
No, it makes sense.
It makes sense. So with this, unfortunately, as much as I love Nicole, could this be a majority vote? Everyone?
Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me, considering like how good our tribe is. Like, there isn't division at all. None of us want to vote anyone out.
Yeah. And bring people in.
You don't think Nate will vote?
When we brought it up to him, he was kind of set on Ellie.
He was set on Ellie. Nate's gonna be left out to dry a little bit, and not as many people want to be in alliance with him. I think Dawson. I don't know what people are thinking about Dawson. I think that he is the most sociable. Everyone likes him the most out of our whole team. Like, everyone loves Dawson, but I think that people don't think Dawson's trustworthy.
But we're really super strong with like me, MJ, Sam.
And apparently, MJ, Sam, and Megan have been talking strategy together because the three of them want to vote out Nicole first, which is crazy because that's like one of the people I wanted to work with. After that, they brought up Dawson's name, and I was like, oh man. So we got together as a whole tribe last night to watch the show. I wanted to talk to Nicole and Dawson, and I had to get them apart. So I whispered to Nicole, your name's come up. And I also told Dawson that his name came up too, so that he would meet up with us later. And they wanted to vote you out, just because they felt like you were disconnected in some way from the tribe. And then they want to vote out Dawson because he's too friendly and social. But MJ, Sam, and Megan have been talking, and their consensus was to do you two first.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you kidding me? Why do people want to vote me out this early? I was so confused because I wasn't purposely being strategic in front of people. I just was confused what they would have voted me out for or wanted to.
Because I feel like if I do have a long-term alliance, I do want it to be with Dawson and Nicole.
Can we talk about Megan tonight pretending she didn't know the show? I got
Sam
angry.
Sam was like, yeah, I watched it a little bit, and then he's like dropping all these like names and stuff from past seasons. I'm like, okay, dude.
I literally wrote down what Megan was doing because I was going to talk about it. Okay, the first thing that she did, she pretended she didn't know what the fire competition was. Turns to Garrett and she was like, oh, I was wondering too. They were talking about drawing rocks and I didn't know what they were talking about. And I'm like, girl, we make eye contact because she realized that like I'm catching on to her stuff. I'm like, I feel like she's one of the biggest, well, definitely Sam. Sam's definitely like super into the game, but I feel like Megan's number 2. Like, she's definitely really into this game.
I definitely think.
Oh my god.
I still can't. What?
Sam just texted me. To answer your question, before Garrett came over, I do want to work with you. So just know you have an ally. Ally my butt! Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's so funny.
I love how this is on video.
Okay, we Sam first. We get rid of Sam first. He's playing hardcore at the gate.
He is texting his ¡1 person to get out, saying he wants to work with me. He just wants my information. Do you
He's
think
already
he would...
thinking like, who can I beat in the end? Who do I not want to be at the merge with?
It's a classic Chacho Macho bro. Like, I hope you put that in there.
This afternoon, it's because again I searched probably for the better part of a combined total of like an hour and a half to 2 hours on campus. Previously just searching all the water points. Searched pretty much every tree, every crevice, every fountain. So as I was looking for the idol or any like what the information was referring to about what I seek most, I was searching around the fountain by the old mansion by the hill, and I came across like a folded piece of paper that was underneath one of the that was like stuck underneath one of the statues nearby the fountain. Okay, so yeah, I didn't want to go full out on like in the middle of the darkness because the last thing I wanted to do is accidentally have someone see me, and then that would suck a lot. But I think I just found what I was looking for, that my handy dandy notes that I got at the start of the game that I still have in my desk right here told me. And my original thought was, let's go! I found what my clue was looking for. Well, I bust open what this magical goodness hopefully is. Alrighty. So, I got this handy little slip of paper that says, open me on it. So, I think I will. Well, so much for that. But then once I came back and opened it up, I had a video of me like doing that. It wasn't actually anything to do with Survivor related. It literally, like, I thought with I Shadow My Time, this is what I was looking for, because it literally said, open me on the front of it. And so, what it actually says, it's a really sweet note written by someone. It says, open me. I cried as I wrote these truths because I needed to hear them. Maybe you need to hear them too. Let's see, maybe try to put that up there. And then on the back, it says, you're so loved, do not be afraid, he's holding you, he cares for you deeply, and call on him. Which, like, that's really sweet. But it's not an idol, which really sucks because I had my hopes up there. They were sky high for a minute, like I putting my hand up, and then they just went crashing down, like nosedived when I was like, oh, this actually isn't Survivor related. It's just a kind note that someone wrote for just whoever finds it. Which, I mean, I find it ironic that while I was searching for idols, I found this. But, and the last thing it says, call on him. I'm gonna be calling on God quite a bit to help me find this idol because clearly I can't do it myself.
Okay, so I am on my way, about to leave to go meet Nate. He wanted to meet today and talk, I believe, about an alliance. He said talk strategy. Not really sure what I'm gonna say. I didn't want to be like, no, I'm not gonna meet with you, but of people in the tribe, he's so sweet and so kind, but he's definitely not someone that MJ and I had on our list to align with.
Alliance-wise, who have you been like thinking about, like who you want to work with?
Yeah.
On the tribe?
I think I have a really good relationship with MJ. Like, of everyone, I feel like she's someone I've really connected with a lot. But yeah, nothing's really for sure. Everything's kind of up in the air.
Okay. The reason why I ask you is because people have been like talking about who they want to get rid of already. But when we were getting together the other night, I was there when it was just Sam and MJ.
Okay.
And they sat me down and they said that the two of them and Megan have been talking for a while already. The thing is, like, the way they talked to me, it made it seem like it was like the three of them and then plus like me and plus like maybe another person, which makes it seem like it wouldn't be very secure because it's about the three of them and not necessarily other people.
It's just the like opposite of what MJ and I talked about, and she didn't mention that she had met with them at all. So I started really questioning my trust in MJ. It is what it is, and I have to stay true to myself. And if she's gonna start playing dirty and really playing the game hard, like, I don't really want to be in an alliance with that type of person anyways.
Out of everybody on the team, the person I would not trust, or I would trust the least, or expect me to stab me in the back, would easily be Sam.
I just hope that the fact that I'm meeting up with all these people already doesn't paint a target on my back, because I'm playing the game just as much as like Sam and MJ and Megan are, but I'm doing it in a different way. And I'm being a little manipulative about it. Like, I hate to say it, but I feel like I'm manipulating Ellie, and I don't want to do that because she's such a nice person. And I just hope that it doesn't bite me in the butt.
So what did Megan tell you?
Okay, so let me just walk you through. We talked for a long time.
Okay, walk me through all of it.
And so she was like, okay, so like, what about like me, you, Addie Grace, and Alexa? That's 4 right there, and that's Jordan. I was like, hey, sounds good. Like, Alexa will be on board. I'm pretty close with her. Yeah, I just kind of like, so whatever. And so
Okay, I know Ben didn't vote for me. The only other person that I think might have was Liz. But
ooh, she could be like the sneaky player that no one likes.
maybe, but didn't
She has kind of slid under the radar.
That's what I'm thinking. And also, pissing out Liz. And all the challenges, so I haven't seen anything compete. That's true, but also, Liz has volunteered for the physical aspects of it all the time, and each time she's done really well. Like, she hasn't done bad, but like the swimming thing, like I think we should keep Ben and go Liz. I think Ben is more committed than Liz for one thing, and I think ultimately he will show out. He'll do whatever we ask him to do. You have to think about. That's true. So now we know. Don't put him in a canoe with 2 other people.
If voting Liz means I'm in the majority, I'm in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So all 4 of us vote Liz. Right now, Liz.
Okay, I'm fine with
You
that.
go, Liz.
So I'm a little anxious about tonight because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping the plan goes through to vote out Liz, but you can never really trust anyone 100% in this game. So today will show a lot as far as alliances are concerned, because last week it was pretty much a mutual consensus that David was going home, and this week it's not.
But it did get me thinking after I heard that theoretically, we are kind of like the swing votes, and we kind of like...
You and I?
Yeah, you and I are. And
We
so
get to decide who goes
we really
where.
decide who goes home.
Welcome to Tribal Council for the 2nd time in a row, guys. Gihon, how you guys feeling?
Great. As good as I can.
Guys, really enthusiastic, and that's what I love about you guys. No matter what, always put a positive spin. Always love to see your smiling faces.
Alright, so Gihon, what happened last week in the challenge? Why are you guys here again?
So I don't really think it's whatever. It happens.
Yeah, I think it could happen to anyone. Like, it was just like a fluke.
All right, so Luke, do you think that this is going to continue, or is today the day that you guys conquer Tigris?
I mean, I think we definitely have a good chance at today of conquering Tigris. I think it's something we all have agreed that like needs to happen in order for us to go far in this game. But we'll just see what the challenge is and if we can take the W today.
Alright, Liz, how do you think that your tribal unity compares to that of Tigris?
Well, it's really scary because they haven't lost any, and I've heard that they've been like hanging out a lot. So I mean, I feel like they definitely trust everyone, and they're definitely, I would say, closer to an extent since they haven't had to like necessarily make alliances or worry about voting anyone off. But I don't know. I feel like we have strong bonds.
Ben, so you're already at the 2nd Tribal Council. How much is trust going to play in your vote tonight?
I think that really trust is pretty much the core aspect of Survivor, as you need to be able to trust the people that you are like doing your best to work with, because if you don't trust them, then how are you ever going to like go anywhere in the game?
Earlier this week, we made the announcement that Hidden Immunity is on campus somewhere. How has that affected things, Nathan?
I think everyone definitely has it in the back of their mind and wants to find it, obviously. It's just the campus, especially main campus, is so large. Finding it is going to be very difficult. We don't know, like, if you had given us, like, a region of main campus, I think we would be in an all-out fight test to find it. But since it's just main campus, we have no idea. It could be in the football stadium, it could literally be anywhere. So for me, at least, I haven't even tried because that's so much area to cover and I'm busy, so.
Like so, as Nathan specified, it takes a lot of commitment for this game. How does commitment play a role in alliances, your votes, and just your strategy in general?
I think the amount of time that you're willing to commit can be a really big advantage to you. If you don't have a lot of time, if you're behind in classes, if you're committed to a lot of other things, it may be harder to like meet up with people to talk strategy or do things like that. And so having the ability to commit time especially can be a huge advantage. But also being able to commit like your willpower and all of that as well, and bringing everything that you can in the with the time that you have, I think is important. So I think it balances both. Like you've got to be able to have the commitment, but we're also all really busy. And so it'll be interesting to see as the game progresses, how much commitment level determines how far people will make it.
Megan, for tonight's vote, are you guys basing it off the idea of you gotta keep your tribe strong and try and win a challenge? Or are you guys already thinking end game? Are you thinking post-merge? How is that factoring into tonight's vote?
I think a lot of that's what Survivor's all about, is whether you're playing for right now or you're trying to focus on past the merge. I think we really need to win this week. We need to send Tigris to Tribal Council to crack before there's any type of switch up, whenever that can be. I think right now we're really focusing on trying to keep the morale strong and the team strong for this week's challenge.
Addie Grace, you got a vote last week in that Tribal Council. Are you expecting some of the same, or we're gonna see Addie Grace on parchment anymore?
I wasn't expecting that last week, so I definitely think it could happen again this week, especially because people are so secretive about their votes. Like, you don't know who could have put it down, so I have no way of knowing like what the strategy was behind that. But yes, I'm expecting it to happen again today. So we'll see.
Is anyone bold enough to say that they feel they're safe tonight by raising their hand?
Anyone feel that they're in danger tonight? Wow. Everyone except Liz. Liz, why do you not feel like you're in danger tonight?
I don't know. I feel like the people that I've talked to, I trust them, and I feel like I'm a strong player.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's get to our vote.
I don't trust you. You are too close to Addie Grace, and she has a lot of ties on the other team.
I've got to do what's best for my game and my alliance, and you got two strong connections on the other track.
I'm just voting Liz because I think that she got everyone to vote against me.
Quite frankly, you scare me a little bit, which is exactly why you need to go. And just I guess gotta hope that my alliance doesn't turn on me and that things go as planned.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
All right, let's get to the votes.
First vote. Megan. Megan. Liz. Liz. That's 2 votes Megan, 2 votes Liz. Addie Grace. Addie Grace. That's 2 votes Megan, 2 votes Liz, 2 votes Addie Grace, 1 vote left. And the second person voted out of Survivor LU Genesis, Addie Grace. That's it. He's just nothing.
Addie Grace, your tribe has spoken.
Yeah, whip her over again.
It's okay.
A little bit. I did see it coming that I didn't really think I was gonna get voted out tonight, but I felt like it was coming in the next few weeks. It's unfortunate that I got voted off because it's been fun, but also I think our team is falling apart really quickly because we had all come in an alliance, and as you can see, the votes did not reflect that. It's been fun.
Next time on Survivor LU, the idol hunts ramp up and paranoia sets in.
Because if I find this idol, oof, the power's in my hand.
The big happy family of Tigris begins to implode.
I literally am so done with drama, confusion, the lying, the everything.
Not like come up with this entire backstory and all these lies. That's just stupid.
And both tribes face tribal council.
This is not what you're playing for.
The only way that you can guarantee that you are safe is by winning the individual immunity